What's in this junk box? Okay everybody, I'm back again. This is another What's in Steve's Junk Drawer. This is number 5. And I've got a pretty nice pile of junk here I thought I'd show you. So the first thing in my junk box here is this cold cathode lamp in midnight blue. This is like an older version of a case light for a desktop, and you bolt it into the case and then you hook this into the power supply, and this one's in blue, and it has the inverter and everything right inside this unit, as opposed to the ones that you get now where they're just the tubes and then the inverter separate. So this is like an older version. I'm sure this is at least probably 10 years old. Oh look there, apple green, cherry red, and ivory white. Ivory white would just be white, right? Anyway, here's a little microphone. This microphone is probably the last one I have of a case of probably 50 of these. At one time we had 50 of these running around the store, and I think we eventually sold them except for maybe this one. It was our demo model. A couple bucks for that. This is called a switch view box, and it allows you to hook up multiple computers to here and then control it with a single. So you would have A and B. You'd plug your monitor, your mouse, and your keyboard, same here, and then this would be the master here, and this would be your monitor and your keyboard and your mouse, and you would switch between A and B with this switch. And this would be handy in a server rack. I think we used to use these in a compact server rack over here. I still have the rack, and we would switch between the servers, so we only needed one monitor, one keyboard, and one mouse to control both. So that's really before wireless became available, even though I think you could still get some use out of this. This is actually a Caddy for a compact server, I believe it is. You can see this one, it's labeled, yeah, compact. This was drive number 4. You know what, I know where this goes. This goes down in the server. But look why we replaced it. It's a whopping 18.2 gig. This is an Ultra 2 SCSI. These are pretty fast, and they're on these quick change mounts too. If I get time later, I'll show you the server. What else we got in this junk drawer? BNC connectors. This is part of a distribution amplifier for a monitor system. Red, green, blue, horizontal, composite, vertical sync. Yeah, that's what that is. You can see all the... This is a card reader. And the reason why we don't use this anymore, it's a really nice card reader, but it doesn't read the high density CF cards. So it still works for the bigger cards here that we use on the Nikon camera, but the smaller ones that we use for the other Nikon will not work in this. Plus it's only, I think, 1.0, so it's slow. Okay, let's see what else we have here. This, just a capacitor. Probably out of a monitor. Oh, you know what? That's a spare one for a monitor. I think you get 2 in a pack. This thing is a remote control for a Radio Shack device that used to send the codes over your house wire, your AC line, to control devices. And this is one of the remotes that would run an incandescent lamp at 120 volts. And you can see there was a house code on each one of them, like A1. And if you program the other side of this, which was a remote, to A1, it would control this light switch. And then this was a manual override. We used to have these all over the building. Yeah, remote wall light switch. It's dead. Just no flashlight. Oh, look at that. Looks like it has a bug repeller on it. Can't hear anything. Hear anything? I guess we can't hear it. Only bugs can hear it. This is a solid state relay, heavy duty. You can trip it with 3 to 32 volts DC, and then you can see across the mains you can have up to 240 volts at 45 amps. It's pretty heavy duty. It's even heat sinkable. So really what you could do is run a parallel port connection from a computer to these 2 lines. Usually most parallel ports will put out at least 3 volts, and you can trip this, and then you can control a vacuum cleaner or any really high or low powering AC current just using the parallel port. Okay, sorry about that. My camera ran out of battery. I had to change over. This is a what is this thing? Oh, this goes to a UPS system, and this will pull the plug on the battery mains if you want to disconnect it. This hangs out the back. So basically the battery's hooked up to a UPS system, APC UPS, and you can pull it like that and it'll disconnect the mains is what it is. Oh look, this is my very first Netgear router. I think one of the channels is blown up or something like that. Something happened to this. Look at there, 4 ports. Nice. This is a digital angle gauge that I used to use. It's got a magnetic base on it. I think the batteries are dead in it right now, but it will give you the digital readout of any angle. So that's what that is. Here's a rear output for a parallel and a serial port, and you can hook it to the motherboard and go out the back end. Looks like I needed that for something, didn't it? This thing here is called a Snappy, and this was the old way of digitizing things with a camera that had RCA output, analog that is. And the way this worked is you would put this on your parallel port, and you can see that there's 2 outputs here. There's a video in and a video through. So you could hook a monitor to this one, and then like a video camera to this one, and the parallel port would process the signals. You couldn't do You know, it was only like 5 frames a second or something like that. It was very slow. But then it had the Snappy software that would allow you to do high quality screen captures, is what it was. Snappy. Yep, I remember this. This is a cheap video camera that I think I bought some ink at Staples or something like that, and they said, hey, here's a camera. But the battery would never last. I remember this ran on like AA's or AAA's. So I took a metal hydride battery, and you can see I rigged it up to work. I actually use this quite a bit for my model airplanes. I would put it inside and fly around with this thing, and it was cheap enough and light enough where I didn't care if it got ruined. Now, this is an interesting thing here. This would zap calls. If you got somebody calling your telephone that you didn't like, this would tell them to not call back. Quit calling your number. This has a little voice chip inside here that's already programmed that says go away, basically. You'd plug this into your phone line, and then it would come out here. And then if you got a call that you didn't like, you would just tap this button, and it would give that recorded message, never to call back. Then you could just hang up. A lot of fun. Might need that. That's a shoe to a tripod, like a quick release. Here's a USB to PS2 converter, so you could actually use a USB mouse in an older PS2 computer. It's a pretty big box this time. Here's another one of those relays. This one is a 3 to 32 volt DC in that would trip it, and it was 280 volts AC, 25 amp out. So I think this one's a little bit smaller. Still pretty substantial though for power switching. I wrote on here, I remember taking this out of a copy machine that we used to have. The mains would come in here, and then you could get out of these two wires 18.13 volts DC. Enough to power, you know, like compact fluorescent lights that come in laptops, that sort of thing. Here's something I bought that never ever worked. This, I don't remember why I bought this now, but this is a USB to Ethernet, or Ethernet to USB, I should say. And it came with a driver disc and the whole bit, but it never did work. I don't know why. Something I bought off eBay or something a long time ago. This is spare memory for something. Yeah, 4 meg of 133 megahertz. This might have been for a printer or a video card or something like that. Just one of those things. And the last thing in this box is one LED nightlight bulb replacement. So there it is, guys. There's all the junk in Steve's junk box number 5. It's a pretty good box, I guess. Got a pretty good bunch of junk here. So I hope you like this video, because I got more junk on the way. So thanks for watching, guys. Give us a thumbs up. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time on What's in Steve's Junk Drawer. See you soon. Bye. Hey guys, this is Steve. Thanks for watching. Hey, don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and be sure to rate and comment. See ya.